Hello, YouTube. I am Lachey, WLF. Hello, 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 everyone. I'm here today on another topic. I don't really know what I'm going to call it, but I do want you guys all to understand how things work. I'm hoping that you guys all took the time to do a survey on yourself, a checklist on things of yourself, what things you can improve of yourself, how you plan to make this year a better year. I'm hoping that you took the time to do that. I'm not sure how many of you watched my video when it came to prayer, but if you didn't see my video and would like to watch it, go ahead and do so. It's there for you if you're interested in getting some prayers, depending on what you're praying for. I just based it on my prayers. I'm not going to give you all my details of what I do because it's a lot of work already. Not even talking about putting it on the video itself. It's a lot of work. So you have to be prepared in a lot of areas. So people don't understand that always. So I'm not going to go into explaining that on that. But anyway, happy Thursday, everyone. The day is almost over. So I just decided I want to get on because this is the last day of the month. I'm really hoping that you took some time to consider what you plan on doing for this whole year. Because this year should be everyone's enthusiasm to wanting to improve and make some changes in their life. I hope that's what you decided. You thought about it, and you took some time to think about it and analyze it. See what kind of plan you want, or what do you want to develop, how you want to improve, those kind of things. Anyway, I have two scriptures I would like to go over. And before I do, I'm going to go ahead and say a prayer real quick, as I always do. And that is from Matthew chapter 6, verse 9 to 13. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, our daily bread, as we forgive us our debt, as we forgive us our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory is forever. God bless and amen. Sometimes I get nervous when I'm praying, and I don't even know why. Maybe I have a lot on my mind. I don't know. But anyway, the scriptures are coming from Matthew chapter 7, verse 7, believe it or not. And I'm going to read it. Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. Matthew chapter 21, verse 22. In all things whatsoever you shall ask in prayer, believing, you shall receive it. So if we believe it, we will receive it. When we pray and ask God for it. When we prepare it, and we really plan how we're going to get it, God will remove things out of your way for you to receive it. But you have to be faithful and believe that you will receive it through the grace of God. Simple as that. We as Christians and spiritualists don't take time to do a lot of things that we should take time to do. And I'm going to call them out a little bit because these are things I notice that don't happen enough. That's why I said I'm just doing basic talk over a few things, but what particularly the topic is, I believe is become more faithful to see success. That should be the topic. Mothers and fathers, if you guys are Christians or spiritualists, you should be really taking time to pray for your whole family. Your entire family should be prayed at on protection of your whole family, because you never know how things will be when all of you leave the house. Your children go to school. You and your husband go to work. You guys go to a different area. You guys might not work in the same city. You guys might not work in the same area where your children go to school. You should always be praying for protection. Every day killing happens in schools. May not be schools, but it may be other ways. In the streets, maybe in the wrong place. Someone fighting someone. Something like that. If we took the time to pray for our entire family that lives under the same roof as you, you'll be surprised the protection you're putting on your children and you. Also, if you are really, truly love your family, you should be doing 3 things for protection. 1, pray for all of you guys' energy. Because believe me, when they come back home, it reflects to you. Parents, mommies, daddy, not the children, it's mostly to the parents. Why? Because you guys have a responsibility for them. I don't care if they're teenagers, I don't care if they're young elementary. Their energy reflects to you. And when they are upset or angry or pissed off, they're going to tell you. And sometimes they rebel, don't want to tell you nothing. That's why it's important you pray for their energy and who they hang around with, and help them be protected from haters out there. Because you do not know who may be hating your children. You may not know who's hating you. You may not know who's going against you. You may not know. You may not even have nothing on you guys all. But you never know when you go to the store. Or your children hopped in the car and you left the schoolyard and another mother was having a bad day and somehow you was not on the best of driving skills that day. You cut her off. She's pissed off at you for cutting her off. She wants to spank your ass. See how she can get you. That's exactly what I'm saying. People need to understand. Hey, there will always be someone upset or angry or hating you that day or whatever. You have to move the hate, the anger, the frustration going against you and your family for protection. Because believe me, if he reflects to you and your husband or whoever it is, if it's 2 mothers, if it's 2 fathers, or if it's whatever. You need to think protection in your whole house, because when you don't, you got a lot to worry about. I know I do. I may not have children, but let's blame that. I do have nieces, and when they come under my roof, I'm praying. Oh, yes, I am. I say, oh, no, no, no. We're not going to remove that. No, no. I tell myself, I pray for protection in my house. You should have no excuse leaving your house without saying a prayer for your whole family before anyone goes to work or school. You need to think about that. I just thought to remind you. Take that serious, because Christian and spiritually, you guys do have the most powerful jobs to do. And if you are not trying to develop your walk with God, what do you expect? The more of us take the time to focus on that, we wouldn't spend no time going against other people. You wouldn't be jealous of that person or spending time to see how you can destroy her. You'd be more spending time how you're going to develop yourself as a Christian, as a spiritualist. Take some time to think about that on your own. For us to improve, we need to look over at ourselves and see what we can do to improve. And believe me, if you want things to happen, you need to believe those scriptures I just briefly told you. Because those are real. You plan it, and you're serious about it, you believe it, and you're faithful with God, God will make sure you receive it for success. You plan and pray and you're faithful about it, you will receive it. Those scriptures are true. That's why I say Christian and spiritually, take that serious about your protection, because that is very, very serious. We have a very messed up world, but you should never trust the outside world ever with your family. You got to put your family in the trusting of Jesus. Because believe me, the more we put our trust in God, we will be fine. Your protection energy is how you want it to be. And if you really, really want protection in your life, you got to show it, feel it, use it. Many, many ways. One, this is another protection. Having stones. I don't really have crystals, but crystals is another way for protection. The Bible. The cross. These are things you want to have around you as much as possible. That's why I say don't ignore your energy, your protection, because your energy includes in the protection. For protection to be strong, you have to put a lot into it. It's not about how you burn a candle and how you pray over the candle. It's about how you put your energy and how you associate it to what you really want for protection. I take protection seriously. I hope you do too. It doesn't matter who you are. Think about that. It's just saying, I want to give some Christians some advice. Hey, don't always think everyone's nice in church. You just never know a negative person in the church house. You might have somebody sitting in the back bench. Oh, who she thinks she is? Wearing that fancy dress and hat. They used to tease my mother. My mother was a well-dresser. Always was trying to mock her about how she knew, because she looked good. And yes, my family was poor. But one thing we wasn't ashamed of, we never stole anything to prove it wrong for the church house. So I don't know why they were, she thinks she better than that. We wasn't trying to think we're better than her. We just know how to know nice for the Lord. You going to church, you should be concentrating on yourself, developing yourself, and be thinking about those haters out there. I bet you the more people put their focus on that, they will see change. Stop worrying about everybody else. Take care of you and your family. That's what you should be concentrating on. Not spending time, oh, you don't love me, I really want you. If you're a person that's a loner, don't have no friends, or don't have no love in your life, maybe there's a reason for it. Maybe you need to check yourself. It takes a lot to be a part of someone else's life if you're not taking care of yourself. So remember that. Take some time to look at that first. Don't be spending time worrying about everything else. That's crazy. But really, really take some time to think about what I just said. A single parent should really be serious about protection, because you really don't have the time to run to that child when something goes wrong. But God do. God's in everyone's life. If you guys have truly stepped God in your life and you really believe in Him, you got Him. He got your back all the time. But still, as a single parent, you should never want to let your kids leave you without saying a protection prayer for that child. You can use Psalms 23 and read it 3 times and say, Lord, protect my family, protect my children. Say their names and say what you feel should be protected. And believe me, it will be done if you believe in it faithfully. The more you practice protection in your home and surrounding your children and you, you'll be surprised how effective that will guide in your future. Take some time to think about that. That's why I mention it, because people are ignoring when I hear spiritualists say you need to start working on your protection. This is serious. Take that serious. Take that serious. I didn't want to go long. I just wanted to make sure you guys understand that if you truly want success, you will need to take the Lord seriously. Have faith in what you're praying for to see success. The better success are the ones that plan it. Start planning it. Write it out. See where you want to go. Analyze it. Find areas where you can go find it. It's almost like looking for a job. If you want money, you need to say the word, where and how I'm going to get it, and how can I motivate myself to get that money. It's either maybe getting a new job or finding something you can do the work to earn it. I know there's many people that don't always want to work, but they want to earn their money and something in the comfort zone that they might be in, whatever. But you just have to remember, money is not going to always be given to you. Sometimes you're going to have to earn it to see it. And believe me, God always will make a way. You have to want it to see success in anything you're trying to achieve. Period. And always remember that. Thank you all for watching my YouTube video. And by the way, I will